take on what we normally have before the board. This is an appeal by the opposition to the grant of a private club application by the director on June 19, 2009. The applicant in question is Mr. Tommy Denton's Trotline Inc., 2150 Condo Road. As I said, on June 19, 2009, the ABC director granted a private club permit. And this is an appeal by the opposition, led by Mr. Perry Favor. Is Mr. Favor? Okay, Mr. Favor. And let the record reflect that Mr. Favor is present. Let the record further reflect that the applicant, Mr. Tommy Denton, is present this morning. He's appearing as pro se. If you gentlemen want to come up and have a seat up here, Mr. Favor. I want to remind the board that although this application was granted by the ABC director, any hearing before this board is what we call de novo. That means it's a brand new hearing. So the rules have not changed. The burden is on Mr. Denton to put his case on before the board and explain to the board why this permit should be granted. In other words, why the director's decision should be upheld. Okay. At this time, Mr. Favor, we are going to swear in witnesses. All right? Now, do you have some witnesses that are going to testify? Are you going to be the only witness that you know of? Well, if you two then are you agree or never witnesses, please raise your right hand at this time.
Stand, please.
Stand up.
You'll raise your right hand. Be seated.
I'm going to pass this file down to Mr. Ellis. Now, Mr. Denton, this is your chance now to tell the board who you are, a little bit about yourself, tell them about your operation that you have down there, why you feel that this private club permit, why the director's decision should be upheld, and you should have this private club permit down there.
Well, I'm Tommy.
I want you to state, okay, go ahead, state your name.
Thank you.
I own Denton's Trotline, been in business for 25 years. And we applied for this permit to increase our food sales because other places that had permits. It was a financial decision. And I contacted the church. It seemed to be the problem with the church was near us. I called the pastor, talked to him this week. They have no objection to us having a private club permit.
Which church is this?
It's a Lutheran church right behind us. Their land is joined by ours. I also talked to Ed Deacon. It's been a while back, and he said the congregation had no problem. I wrote a letter stating that Mr. Favor said that the church couldn't be within 1,000 feet of a retail liquor outlet. We're not a retail liquor outlet. We're a private club dispensing alcohol to our participants. I don't know of anything else I can say. A little nervous.
That's all right. Relax. Take your time. Tell us you've been in operation for 25 years. What type of restaurant is it?
Catfish, seafood, buffet. Still do that. Ours, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask a question. Just, you're the one that sits there kind of on the hill. It kind of looks almost like a ship sticking out there.
Actually, we're next to Lincoln Square, the condo overpass on the south side, kind of down.
Okay, okay. That was it. Okay.
We've been well representing the community and gave a lot of donations to the churches, the civic area, helped raise fundraising, things like that. So I'm not against churches. In fact, I'm a Christian. But this is a business decision to help our food sales. We're not before applied for this permit, and they had no objection. I talked with him after this week, he's also an attorney, he said they were for it, not against it. I thought that's pretty well figured today.
Just a second, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Denton, you said you talked with the pastor of the Lutheran church. Now, how far away from you is the Lutheran church?
Well, the ABC guy come out, he estimated it probably 700 feet. I'm not sure exactly how many feet it is. Maybe 3, 4, 5, I'm not sure.
Well, it's in that ballpark of 4, 5, 600 feet, something like that.
Could be.
Who was it you talked to from the Lutheran church?
Pastor Barnes.
Pastor Burns?
Is that,
You said that it just occurred this past week?
Well, I called him last Friday, and he's out of town, and I called him Monday, and I'm not here. Talked to him Monday, and I'll talk to him today.
So this was, so you tell the board that Pastor Burns says he has no objection
Right.
to this prop club permit. Okay. Where did you get the members for your membership list?
That was originally, that membership list was the people that came into the restaurant before I got the alcohol permit and signed the petition to us.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Also on the back of
Just a
it.
minute, let me ask you a question. My question to you, sir, was there anybody in the Benton area or the Bryan area that requested that you obtain a private club permit? Well, tell the board about something about that. That's important.
Well, I had numerous people that come in and told me that they'd like to have a drink with us. Of course, we couldn't do it, and I was never going to apply for this until a lot of other places have. Really, really was hurting my business. And this, I'm sorry.
No one will be allowed to have a drink of any, just come in and order a drink without eating. I mean,
Right.
Exactly.
It's a food establishment.
so
Well,
the beer, where you're gonna serve there is to augment the meal. Nobody, it's always important to me, nobody can just come in, order a drink, sit around, have a few beers, and leave. You gotta order meals.
I haven't made that a mandatory thing. I've seen some people come in and maybe 2 or 3 and when I'm not eating, have a beer. But I haven't made it a mandatory thing. I didn't know that I had to.
Well, I'm asking how you want to.
Well, you're not really wanting a bar in there, just people come in and drink.
No, we,
Not even,
not
eat at all.
It's still a restaurant. That's how we make our money.
I think that's where he's really.
What
It's
are
not
your
a sit
hours?
down bar.
Our hours are 4 to 9, Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 11, Friday and Saturday.
What was
We're
it?
not open for lunch.
4 to 11?
Yes, sir.
they're not open for lunch, Tuesday through
We're
Thursday?
closed Sundays and Mondays, we're closed to church.
Okay. How many people do you see?
About 300.
Big flies. Still have those crab legs out there.
That's a favorite thing.
Yes, sir.
Got plenty of parking?
Yes, sir. On the parking lot next to it, which is my little shopping center, nice. The parking probably 170.
Mr. Denton, since you've been in, had this liquor permit, have you had any violations? Have you had any trouble with minors?
We checked everybody that issued the card, like, they're not. Since the original list, we signed at 1,800, 16 feet. And, card, everybody come in. On our membership card, we write their date of birth. Before they're served, they have to show up.
Along with their driver's license.
And y'all been in business, it's been a long time. Y'all are an institution out there.
Oh,
One reason ago, they got good catfish.
we got real good food.
And crab legs.
We're not trying to make you pay, man, we're not trying to. We want to stay in business.
Did you say that you've got 1,800 and some odd members in
Since
ODA?
we've got,
Initial.
I mean,
1,860 together, back of the copy I gave you, a photocopy out of my membership book.
right.
The other one, the next page shows 1,860.
Is that 5 weeks?
Actually, it's 10. We're over 5. We talked about opening for lunch, and I'm going to wait for this year. We spent an awful lot of money already. We put a fence, we had a deck out there, we put a fence. It's 10 foot tall. We've had live music out there, but we've also had that before we started to spend some time.
And you're closed at 11 anyway.
Never was a problem with music before. As far as
We had
noise.
music before.
I'm not, but there was no complaints from neighbors.
Probably just acoustical, isn't it?
We've had Bob,
Sometimes we got the good neighbor policy, and sometimes it's a problem, but you've been doing it all these years, it won't be any change.
well, we haven't been much years, but we've been doing it. We haven't been complaining, because nobody ever did shut down. And we're just trying to create some prevention that they didn't ever have before.
Is there any other?
We've had nobody intoxicated that we know of. So I've been real careful. They don't want anybody going out and run, create something that won't see anybody.
Have you had people try to get in, possibly want to do what you turn
I did want to be, so, there's possibly some coming in that I didn't know, I can't see everybody. But I've instructed my wait staff, if there's somebody out there intoxicated, we can serve them. Go around and check their audit, if there's some in there. But we can oversee. We're not a drunken place. Still a restaurant.
Mr. Dent,
Yes, sir.
are there any other, your primary emphasis on what, catfish, seafood?
Catfish and seafood.
Is there any other place like this in the Benton area?
There's one over here, Highway 5, Age.
That serves-
Old people.
That serves alcohol?
No. There was Applebee's.
I mean, like yours, up here, like
Sure,
yours.
nothing like that.
Nothing like yours.
But these other places I've heard of it.
May I say something? My name is Robert Fenton.
Let's do this. The way we typically operate is he's introduced testimony, and if the board has no further questions of his testimony, I'll let Mr. Favor ask him questions, and then he'll introduce you as a witness, and we'll take your testimony. Does the board have any questions of Mr. Denton? Mr. Favor, do you have questions? Okay. Hey, state your name.
My name is Perry Favor. I live in City Benton. I lived in St. County for 17 years and City Benton for the last 3. I've even visited this restaurant enough for it to recognize it. Personal here, I want you to know that. Question. One of the questions that brought to my mind, you mentioned you had 1,800, over 1,800 members in 10 weeks. How do you get these, when these people walk in the door, how does this work? They walk in the door and they say they want to be a member?
No, we asked them if they'd like to be a member.
maybe I'm not a lawyer, but, my understanding that, the rules for, those commissioners that when you receive new members, they need to be introduced to the club by an existing member. Do that? When a new member, someone walks in and wants to be a member, do you have an existing member that you introduce them? Someone walking as a stranger?
If that's a question of law, Mr. Luke, what?
Well, he's close, but not quite right. He's talking about guests. If I'm a member of the private club down there, and I go in and I take my secretary with me, and she's gonna be a guest, then I have to introduce her. And she has to come with me as my guest. But a member can walk into the private club, and I mean, anybody can walk into the private club and join the private club. If you ask them if they want to be a member and they want to join the private club, Mr. Fagan, you're talking about our guest situation.
Let me go back and look at that. I thought it said, new members need to be introduced. So when people come in that are not members and don't want to be a member, do you have members? Is that only required for them to drink?
What's that?
Is it only required for everyone to drink, or they need to introduce the guests?
Well, the situation in a dry area is a little bit different from what we have here in Little Rock as far as private club goes. The law in a dry area such as Saline County states that if you're going to be coming inside his private club, excuse me, his private club, you've got to be either one of two things. One, a member, or number two, a guest of a member. Either a member or a guest of a member.
That's in there.
Pardon?
That's in dry.
That's in the dry area.
Wet stick.
So, so from what you said before, it sounded like you have some people who come in and they don't join the club and they are not guests of a member. Sounds like
Anybody that comes in to eat, that don't join the club, can't eat.
but they do come in the club and
They can eat. Anybody can eat.
Now, if we have a member come in, and they bring a guest, I don't do like what they say, I require them to also be part, because I want my waitress to see that they're they, that just covers that point.
Well, that's fine.
I thought I understood you to say that, the club is strictly two members and their guests.
That's exactly what I said. Yes.
And what I'm asking again is, do people come to this club that are not members and are not with a member, who come in and eat? I thought that's what you
We're
said they
still
did.
open, we're still open to the public to eat then, if they do not want to be a member, they can still eat.
Yes, but the rule says anybody that comes into your place in a dry area has to be a member. That's what the law says. If you didn't understand that from going to the seminar, I'm telling you now. Yes, you must be a member or a guest of a member. There's no exceptions. There's no exceptions for somebody that's on their way from Little Rock to Texas that stops in there, or vice versa,
So
stops in there.
Just need to sign it.
That anybody that comes in.
Well,
You're saying, Rose, that hard beer, not hard beer, beside points. They come in, you gotta have.
if they come in, I'll say it
See,
again,
that's where you're-
you gotta be number one, a member or a guest of a member. There's no exceptions to the rule
But-
in a dry area.
But everybody comes in and has to
Sign them in.
If it were my club, I'd make everybody become a member.
Sign it.
See how you probably get confused. Now,
I was
in Pulaski
confused.
County, Wet County.
I was
Yeah,
reading.
it's different in the West.
But now, Milton, if the guy driving from Texarkana, and he stops in Mr. Denton's place, and one of the locals wants him to be a guest, they can be a guest and have a meal.
That's correct. If the local knows him.
Well, he didn't have to know him, they could just meet him.
No.
He doesn't have a separate room for the club and for the restaurant?
He doesn't have it.
Mr. Favor wants to come in and eat, he may not want to come in and eat.
He'd either have to be a member or he'd have to be a guest member, that's the law. Clubs and weddings, right?
Sir, you're going, what you're doing here, what you described, you're certainly going over and above board when a lot of what we see. Most of your private clubs, you're gonna sign the book out front, as a lot of the private clubs. People are coming in, all that's required is that they sign that book and put their name and address there, and they're a member of the club. I mean, you know, you're issuing, but that's over and above what, you know, what's required. All you gotta do, the way the law reads, as I understood it for years, is all you gotta do is have that person have a guest book out front, buy you things. The people Mr. Bignall described in Texas County, simply sign that, and then when they get in, they can either have beer or not, or have a drink or not, or eat or whatever.
Well, I was a member of the country club out there, I have been for years and years. When somebody went out with me, and we were eating lunch, they never signed the book. I thought that was legal.
Well, you've got different rules for country clubs too. Now you're getting into another
But what-
area of the law.
Going forward, what you're gonna have to do is what Mr. Luke was.
I misunderstood.
It's all right.
I couldn't
You got it.
have-
It's okay.
misunderstood
It's
that.
all right. Going forward, though,
It
we're
wasn't,
gonna
it
change
wasn't
that.
intentional.
Okay.
I thought, still sort of.
Do you have membership dues? Do they have to pay for the membership?
Mr. Favor, go ahead, sir.
You said before, I thought that you expected people to eat and drink. You said occasionally someone might come with someone that doesn't eat and might. You said you don't have any rules about people that might come in and drink without intending to eat. Is that true?
I haven't really seen anybody like that. There's possibly could have happened, but I haven't had the rule that I didn't know I had to. I didn't tell me how to
I'm
do
just
it.
asking. So are you serving alcohol out on the event?
That's why we got the input fence around it. Good fence.
What time do you stop serving alcohol? 11 o'clock. What time do
Well,
you
we
stop?
close it at 11. If there's somebody still out there that's having a drink, we don't make them stop. Drink. But I'm usually closed and gone home at 11 o'clock.
What time do you say you stop serving?
So maybe they want to drink 11:30 or 11:15. Band is just kind of getting through. I don't know. We stop and serve, and I don't know. Seems like we can serve at 2 o'clock in the morning. Full party.
You said your hours are 4 to 9, and Tuesday and Thursdays, 4 to 11 on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're talking about.
Closed Sunday.
So you really don't have a last call.
We have done it. Last call, we get ready to leave. Close up. I don't know anybody who's actually.
Well, why do people eat that late at night?
Some still do.
Really?
It's amazing. Now, some come in at 4 o'clock. Different people. Different places.
I'll be up all night with your desk.
I could ask that.
The money's all green in this thing.
If they're to make business, as far as
Let's not introduce new testimony. Mr. Favor.
I have a question. Will I be able to have any information after this question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have an opportunity to present your case.
Okay.
Right now, you're just questioning his testimony.
And that included questions about his application?
Yes.
Yes.
In your application form, it says that your Denton Trotline Club was, you changed the name from an existing club, May the 5th of this year. Is that true?
yes, sir, and that club has been in existence for 4 years.
Well, you remember that other club? did you get to be president of this club?
In the articles that we filed, running office, president of it.
You weren't a member. Did you ever vote for you to be a member? Be the president?
I thought, I don't know exactly how that works, the attorney's office. My attorney, I called him today, and they didn't answer me. Said the corporation has been a nonprofit corporation in existence for a period of 1 year. It's been in existence for a period of 1 year.
I guess my concern is, there was a club that was created by an attorney. Offices of the club were at his attorney's office in Little Rock, right now. It was transferred to you to be president of the club with new name and new address in Dry County before you applied, 2 weeks before you applied for alcohol club. Do I have that, do I understand that correctly?
That may be possible. That they're my attorney's office.
So the club that you're having, this club, the purpose of the club, I believe, is for recreational, social functions. The members that you have in the club for that purpose, that didn't exist in this other club.
Let me jump in here. Maybe I can clear some of this up. I've looked at this file before we got started, and just as important as that, Mr. Bennett looked at the file before I looked at it. And to my satisfaction and to Mr. Bennett's satisfaction, proper paperwork does exist in this case where they changed the name. The officers were properly elected, as I recall. It's been a while since I've looked back into the file. But in my opinion, when I looked at the file, and I went through this file with that express intent to make sure that everything was okay. All the T's had been crossed, all the I's had been dotted, and they had been to my satisfaction. This is a nonprofit corporation organized and existing under the state laws of the state of Arkansas. He's got more than 100 members. The board of directors, from my memory, was properly elected. Now, if Mr. Favor has some specifics that he wants to point out to the board that he feels are wrong, he certainly has the right to do that. But based on my examination of the record and the work done by his lawyers, everything is okay.
And approved by the Secretary of State.
And by the Secretary of State's office, yes. Now,
That's
Mr.
better.
Favor can ask some specific questions if you want to about what you think may be.
Over the years, Mr. Favor, some of us been here a long, long time, we see these come up and people who don't deal with them every day. There's always, there's always questions, challenges, things come through the Secretary of State's office, approved, they come, we have 2 attorneys who've been with us for 20 years apiece. So, when it comes to the board level, as a board member, I have to, I generally accept, generally accept that the corporation is valid, it's good. Now, but what Mr. Luke would say to me is, if you have specifics, if you got a problem, if you know something about this corporation that's illegal, right, then it's certainly, you ask it, point it out to us, and we'll do that. But it's not doing anybody any good to just debate the mechanics of how all that happened. I mean, it's just there. It's been done for years that way. So I'd sure like to hear if you've got some illegalities or something that you really know about what they've done illegally, then I'm sure we'll hear it.
What I was looking at was, I understand Secretary of State validates it as a good corporation. They don't make the decision whether it's suitable for a private club or a receipt funds.
That's
Secretary of
correct.
State doesn't do that, you guys.
No, they do certify it as a certified non-profit
So it's up to
corporation.
this board to determine if changing the name right before they apply for the permit is acceptable to you.
That's perfectly acceptable.
Through
As
our
long as they
funds.
file a proper certificate amendment with the Secretary of State's office, yeah.